welcome to Summit 2022. I'm here with Yvonne today. She's going to give a special idea how you start your passion and how you start your passion and create your income with your business. Please, Yvonne, tell me something about yourself.
Hello, Carla. Thank you so much for having me. So, yes, my name is Yvonne Nobles. I am a mindset coach and success strategist, and I'm on a mission to help people everywhere step into their power. And a big key in doing that is building a legacy. It all starts with believing in yourself, setting yourself up for success, and surrounding yourself with people that can help you make it a reality.
So tell me something, which of your advice you do for this new entrepreneur or monopreneur that want, try to create a business?
That is a great question. So first and foremost, never ever give up on your dream. It is very important that you continue living for what you know, something inside of you is compelling you to make a difference. However, it's very difficult to do that on your own. I'm speaking from personal experience. When you try to do it by yourself, you will get there eventually. But why take 10 years when you can do it in 10 months? Get in the room with someone that can hold your hand, give you guidance and support, and get you there faster.
Yes. So I have a question. What is your blind spot?
Excellent question. What happens many times is we don't realize we even have a blind spot. You think because there's so much information out there online or through maybe friends and family, you can figure it out on your own. But think about it. When you're driving down the street and you suddenly realize that there's a vehicle right beside you didn't see before, that blind spot can be deadly. So when you're sitting inside of the car, you don't see what's outside around you entirely. But when you have someone as an expert, as guidance that can see that perspective and warn you, then they're saving you, not just time, but money.
Money, yes. Absolutely agree with you. So how you deal with objection when the people say, I don't have time, I need to talk to my husband, I come back to you later. So how you deal with that?
That is a beautiful question as well. So what I've done in my sales process is I've created a method where I don't get a lot of objections. And the way that I work around that is pre-qualification. So before you get to the sales call, you already have a connection and you understand who the individual is. So that as you're going through your presentation, you're seeding anything that could potentially be an objection. So I'll give you an example. Many times when you're on a sales call, and I'm basing this on over 20 years corporate experience where I had to sell anything from vacuum cleaners to septic tank cleaners. And my favorite thing to sell, luxury cruise vacations. People would pay sometimes $50,000 for 1 week of vacation. But the key was always to know, what does the person want? So it's not about the thing that you're selling, it's what they want. So for example, a big objection that you hear a lot, I don't have the money. So the workaround for that, before it even comes up in conversation, is making sure that as you're doing the presentation, after you've already pre-qualified that this is someone who really wants to pursue the opportunity, they have a budget, you just don't quite know how much yet. So what you could point out, okay, so I understand that you want to accomplish X, Y, Z. Is that right? And I understand that you want support and guidance in doing that. Is that right? So imagine you already have the answers inside of you and you're going to get this done no matter what. But if it took you 5 years, as opposed to taking 5 months, let's calculate in saving that time, how much money you're saving. So how much money did you want to make a year in your business?
You can
$100,000, right? So if 5 years, you could have made $500,000. If you do it in 5 months instead, you're saving $450,000 because you were able to go ahead and invest and getting started the right way. So basically, you just make sure you roll that in.
Absolutely. So you talk about support, right? So do you think it's better to go with someone already did than just do it by yourself.
Yeah, I know we were speaking about that a little earlier off camera. Yeah, it's so important to get the right support. And the reason why I am a firm believer, I just look at what happens in the world. So you never see someone win the Super Bowl without a great coach.
Right.
You don't see someone win a boxing match without a good coach. So you have to have the necessary support, the expert guidance from someone that can help you avoid making mistakes.
Yes. And we know, okay, anything we do it, it's a sell. Because let's go talk about something, right? We go to school for to pass our test, we sell us to the teacher.
Yep.
We try to sell us in the best way, do the essay, and then it's like, everything you do today is a sell. And it's not just in a business. It's everything
Yeah.
we do. We need to have that, strategy, let's say, to you know, try to, catch that attention to the other person.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And so what my question is, what is when you during the day you feel like stuck?
Hmm.
So what do you do? How you deal with when you feel stuck?
Great question also. I'll tell you what I don't do. I don't stay in the same place. In other words, you have to change your environment. So I have a little acronym that I use, the word AMEN. So the A is for affirmations. You have to start talking to yourself in a way that's going to recreate what's happening for you right now. So I used that back when I was tutoring. I love working with children because they don't have the baggage in the closet, no skeletons yet. They're so eager. And I had a little girl who was making low grades and she was scared. She was going to lose in her grade, miss out, not pass the test. And I would tell her before every homework assignment, you have to say, I am brilliant. I am beautiful. I will get 100%. Like speaking to yourself in a positive way changes the outcome. So first is affirmation. Then for the M is movement. So if you feel stuck, get up, go move. If you have to take a walk, if you have to jump, just breathe, movement.
Dance.
And the E, I love dance. The E is for ease. You don't want to put excess pressure on yourself because it's like the teapot and the kettle. When it starts to boil, whoo! So you have to find a way to have an outlet. Yes. And then the last one, the N, is nutrition. So I have to ask myself, did I eat healthy today? What did I put in my body? Because just like a car, if you put bad fuel in, bad things come out. So affirmations, movement, ease, nutrition. Whenever I feel stuck, amen. You have to find a way to change what's happening around you. You are in control.
I do meditation. I do yoga. I, do priming. That's the best way to do it.
Lovely.
And so, yeah, I know what you mean. When you feel stuck, first of all, I do this. I don't think to do it, what I to do it, I just get up and do it. Because if you think too much, you have all these negative thoughts to come and say, oh my God, I need to do laundry. Oh my God, I need to do kitchen. But if I don't think and then just go straight to do it, I do it.
Yeah. And what I think you're getting to is, you have to have a routine. You have to redevelop your identity. And so that, like you're saying, you don't even think about it. It's just something that you have on autopilot. And it takes a while to build that. They say over 21 days to make a new habit. But once you're in the zone and you're doing that repeatedly, then you see the results you want.
Yes. So I would say, if you go back in 10 years ago, what you would do something change that you know today?
One thing is consistency. Yeah. So it almost feels like in some cultures, there's this drive to work, hustle, and you burn out. You do too much. So it's about showing up, but showing up powerfully and little bursts of energy and then taking more breaks. So the book that I wrote last year, I wrote it in
Yeah.
7 days and I was on a cruise ship. And the reason I
Oh,
felt I
okay.
was able to do it so quickly because I went and I changed my environment. So if you work yourself into the early grave, you can't even benefit from the legacy
No.
that you're building. So yeah, I would definitely tell myself, take more breaks, breathe more deeply, and
Yeah.
connect with as many people as possible.
What you do it for self-love?
Self-love, I think it's a formula. I think it's about discovering what makes you tick. So for me, when I was a little girl, I baked. I used to love baking. And I just recently discovered I love cooking too.
I
Because of the
love it.
pandemic, I was home more. So
I love
now I
it.
could explore and learn.
Yes.
And that's the thing, to take a bad situation like the pandemic and look for the silver lining and
Yeah.
always look for something that makes you bigger. So self-care is just finding out who are you and then making sure that you share that with other people because when they see your joy, they're going to want to know, how did you do it? So
Yes, they
don't
want
keep
to
it a
do it.
secret.
They message and come and say, how you do it? How you say that you do something business that you do it like
Hmm.
how you do that? Well,
Yeah.
I did it because I take action,
Yep.
massive action. And I
Yep.
know when I had to do something, I had to do it. There's
Yep.
no way. No, my back pain stopped me.
There you go. And that's what I say. Life is like a relay race. You
Yes,
know, you
yes,
run and you run, but then you have to take your torch and pass it. So when
yes,
you keep your knowledge and your experience and your joy to yourself, no one benefits. But I think the more you give, the more you get. So because I'm always excited to share with someone, this is what worked for me. Maybe you should try it too. Then they can go and they can pay it forward. And that's when I feel I'm taking care of me.
yes. I love that. So, the you was doing, did you say don't do it to create a business or go for it?
Always go for it, but do it in a smart way.
Yes.
So unfortunately, some people, they jump right in, but they didn't check to see if there was water in the pool. So you don't want to create a disaster. You
Right.
want to be smart about it, but never ever sleep on your dreams because you don't want to be an old person sitting thinking, oh, I wish I would. I wish I would have. You want to be someone that went and did it.
Yeah.
That's what really living is.
Yes. And my book is called Never Give Up. So
Love it.
it's really an example what happened, what I was, what I am right now. So yeah.
I love it. And so recently, because the never give up, for me, I've been very driven. My mission has
I
shifted a bit.
I am really
I want to start a fire. I want to help people wake up and feel because I think people have been hiding their feelings for so long.
oh
And
yes, I
especially
do.
as women, you feel
Mhm.
disconnected, you feel misaligned. But what changes for you when you start connecting to who you really are and you celebrate
Mhm.
that? And then what changes for you when you get a coach or a mentor that can stretch you outside of your comfort zone and that can open up possibilities you never imagined? That's where I think things really need to be, where we're growing every day.
So you love read the books. Do you have any books to share with us?
Yes, yes. So the book that I wrote last year, this is actually me sharing my story. I
Okay.
always say I went through 40 years of struggle, so people don't have to. But it's called Your First Millions Already in the Bank. It's available on Amazon and
Love
it
it.
doubles as a
Okay.
gratitude journal because while you read my story, you write yours because you're answering questions that
Yes,
really
yes.
help open you
Well,
up to your possibility.
me too. For 1 million years, when no expected, I wrote a book. It's I don't know, explain the emotion I got when I had my book in my hand.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Well, thank you so much to be here, Yvonne. It was magical have you. It was an honor have you. And I hope so.